The North Pole is the point in the northern hemisphere where the Earth's axis meets its surface. There's more to the North Pole than Santa, of course. From the interesting equinoxes to an annual marathon, keep watching to learn more about this amazing place. The North Pole has no land mass. It is actually made up of huge ice floes, 6 to 10 feet thick, that float on the surface of the Arctic Ocean. It's not the coldest place on Earth. Even though the highest temperature at the North Pole is 32 degrees, the South Pole is actually the most frigid with an average winter temperature of 76 degrees below zero. Technically, there are 4 North Pole points found on the planet. They include the terrestrial North Pole, the North Pole of inaccessibility, the magnetic North Pole, and finally the geomagnetic North Pole. The sun only rises and sets once a year. The North Pole experiences one sunrise during the March equinox and one sunset during the September equinox. Therefore, it is always sunny in the summer and permanently dark in the winter. There is an annual North Pole Marathon. Dubbed as the world's coolest marathon, it has occurred every year since 2002. However, the entry fee will set you back a bit. It costs $21,082 to enter the 2024 race. Santa Claus has only been living at the North Pole since the 1800s. Saint Nicholas, the 4th century religious figure, was actually from Turkey. However, Thomas Nast moved the jolly old elf to the North Pole in the mid-19th century, due to increased interest in the area. In 1987, motorcycle shop owner and racer, Shinji Kazama, left Canada's Ward Hunt Island bound for the North Pole on his Yamaha TW200. Kazama and the 5 members of his support team traveled 1,250 miles over sea ice in extreme conditions. He reached his destination in 44 days. Polaris, also known as the North Star, marks the location of the North Pole. The glowing North Star sits about 434 light-years above the North Pole. Its permanent location has made it an important navigation marker for centuries. Lightning isn't common for the North Pole, historically speaking. However, in summer 2019, a lightning storm was detected in the North Pole region, and struck around 48 times. Under international law, the North Pole and the Arctic Ocean surrounding its vicinity is not owned by any country. The adjacent countries are also restricted to a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone from their coast. If you were standing on the North Pole, every direction would be south. Its latitude is 90 degrees north, and all lines of longitude meet there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you never miss a moment of the babble.